So this is my quarter pie, and each quarter will have a different flavor. I'm going to a New Year's Eve party tonight, and for 2025, the theme is quarters. We're gonna do blueberry, pecan, apple, and pumpkin. But we're gonna first start by par baking it. So the oven is set to 425. I'm just gonna use some foil. And so we're gonna be foiling off each specific section. So again, I have my pie weights here. I'm just using some dried beans. You can use beans, rice, or even sugar. All right, so this has been in the oven for about 15 minutes. So now we're gonna carefully take out the foil and beans and then put it back in the oven. All right, so remember 4 quarters, so we need 4 different flavors. We're first gonna work on the blueberry filling. So I have some frozen blueberries, I'll just add them to the bowl. The zest of 1 lemon, some sugar, vanilla extract, and a teaspoon of cornstarch. All right, so next we're working on the pumpkin pie filling. So I already have 60 grams of melted and cooled butter here. So now we're gonna add in some brown sugar, 3 large room temperature eggs, a splash of vanilla. And we're also gonna add in a couple handfuls of pecans. So we're next gonna be working on the pumpkin pie filling. So we'll be using half of this pumpkin pie can, 1 large egg, 125 grams of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cornstarch, some salt, black pepper, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and some ginger. I'm also going to be adding in some sweetened condensed milk. All right, so we've got our last bowl, and this is what we'll be using for our apple pie filling. We're next going to cut these into cubes. We're next going to add in half a cup of brown sugar, some salt, but I want to make a crumble for the blueberry and for the apple pie, so we're going to do that next. We're going to start with 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of oats, and then we're going to be using 1 stick of butter. So now we can see that there's not a lot of flour pockets remaining and all the butter has basically disappeared. So we have our cooled down pie here. Again, we have 4 different sections. So starting with our pecan pie filling, and we'll just pour it into one of the 4s. And then I'm going to be topping the filling with some pecans. We're next going to be adding in our blueberry filling. And I'll be topping it with the crumbles. Next, I'm going to add in my apple pie filling. And then finally, we have the pumpkin pie filling. Here's the pie pre-baked. I have the oven set 350, so this is going to go in the oven now. All right, so the pie is fresh out of the oven. We have the 4 different quarters. We have pumpkin, blueberry, apple, and pecan pie.